Hello and welcome. So we have news and we have a very hot story coming up after this one. So let's get this one because we have something very interesting to discuss. So starting off with the Sussexes, who have signed on to a new film project. Their production company, Archwell Productions, announced on Thursday that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will serve as executive producers of Cookie Queens, a new documentary heading to the Sundance Film Festival in 2026. The film, directed by Alyssa Namias, follows Girl Scouts during cookie season, exploring what the filmmaker describes as the joys, pressures, and pain points for one of the country's most well-known youth organizations. Meghan herself grew up in the Girl Scouts, and her mother, Doria, was her troop leader. Quote, "When we first viewed the early footage of this documentary, it was immediately something we wanted to be involved in," the Duchess said in a statement, going on to say, quote, "The creative point of view, the edgy yet humanizing tone and tenor of the directing, and the glimpse behind the scenes into such a nostalgic and modern tradition of Girl Scout cookie season are absolutely irresistible," end quote. Cookie Queens is set to debut in Sundance Film Matinee Section, a special showcase for independent films intended for all age groups. The festival has not yet announced a premiere date, and representatives have not said whether the Duke and Duchess will attend. The Sundance Film Festival will run from January the 13th through February the 2nd in Park City, Utah. The documentary adds to a busy slate for the couple. In early August, Netflix and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex announced that they would be continuing the work with each other in a new multi-year first look deal. We covered that here on this channel. If you want to get more deets, links will be in the cards and at the end screen. So we also know that earlier this month, Netflix released the holiday edition of Meghan's lifestyle show, and we love that. I gave my review on that as well. I will link that. And they also had the Masaka Kids, A Rhythm Within, a documentary produced by Archwell about the Ugandan children's dance group, whose viral videos made them an international sensation. Harry and Meghan are also said to be developing more future adaptations. So this is the news of the day. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex stay booked and busy. So once again, they might be attending the premiere at the Sundance Film Festival because they are producing this. And sometimes it's a requirement for those who are also a part of films and whatever will be showcasing there to show up. So it would be so fantastic to have them show up, but we are yet to get that confirmation. I truly hope they do. It would be so cool. So share your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Now, on to the second story of the day. This one is interesting, and I'm going to use some Kenyanese as a Kenyan myself, and I'm going to say here, Sussex Squad, gather around, or as Kenyans say, gather. Gather around. We have something here to discuss. And the tea is hot, and some of you might not want to drink this tea, but we have to discuss this because something is definitely brewing, and now let's just get straight into this one. So first, a quick recap. We know that the Duke of Sussex has had a massive breakthrough. Recently, the Home Office, the UK government's agency that is in charge of reviewing how the royal family and other important figures are guarded, RAVEC, has launched a full-scale review of Harry's security detail. We did some coverage of that here on this channel. And Harry has maintained that without proper security from the government, he would not be able to bring his children and his wife Meghan back to the UK for safety reasons. We know that the Invictus Games is on the horizon. We also know that Harry and his father, King Charles, have been on a path forging forward to mending that relationship. But this is a story that caught a lot of people's attention, so let's just cover this here. So apparently on Thursday, December the 11th, Camilla held a Christmas gathering for children at Clarence House. That is Charles and Camilla's primary residence in London. Keep that in mind. So there are family pictures displayed on a table, and they could be seen in the background of images from the event. So The pictures that were spotted were Prince Louis's 2018 christening. We also saw in that picture William, Kate, George, Charlotte, as well as Harry and Meghan. Remember? They were there. So that's one of the portraits displayed. Next to that, however, was this that stood out, was a framed picture capturing a very special moment between Charles and Meghan from her 2018 royal wedding. The rare black and white snap showed the then Prince Charles linking arms with his new daughter-in-law at St. George's Chapel, the church inside Windsor Castle where the wedding ceremony took place. And when Meghan entered the chapel alone, and then she came to Charles, and then they went on arm in arm for the second part of her walk down the aisle to Prince Harry. It was also noteworthy that when Charles greeted Harry at the altar, smiled at him and told him, "Thank you, Pa." And Harry did talk about that in the documentary. Now, we all know why that scenario ended up happening, why Charles was the one to give Meghan away because Thomas did not attend, right? So fascinating to have that moment highlighted of Charles escorting Meghan down the aisle after it was confirmed that Thomas would not be attending the royal wedding. And they said that he had stepped into that duty less than 48 hours before the ceremony. And it was also mentioned that it was Meghan's wish, and she is grateful for the Prince of Wales doing it, as in walking her down the aisle. And that was a statement released at the time. So, of course, now the press is in full gear. You know, everyone is wondering, why is that image highlighted in his home? And remember, all this time, Harry and his father have been having, this kind of relationship being rebuilt. And, the people who are skeptical, even the negative people, are saying it's quite possible that there is a way that is being paved for the Duke of Sussex to come back to the UK. I'm not talking in any official capacity, but even the press have changed their tune. They're talking about Harry finding a way to come back to the UK, a path. That's the word they're using, a path. And now that Harry and his dad are kind of on speaking terms and the whole security situation is being reviewed, there's a whole dynamic that has changed. Things are very much, looking up for the Duke of Sussex, because everyone, and especially those who've been worried about Harry, I'm talking about the people in the hate camp, they've been saying that there is a plan, a plot to bring him back, and they said that he was playing the long game. That's actually what one person spoke briefing the press. And they say that he wants to operate in the UK, he wants to, be coming back for high-level engagements, and they think that perhaps Charles is somehow, they think that there's something happening from Charles's court trying to make Harry more prominent in the royal family. So guys, let me know what you think about this, because this tea is hot, and I know some of you do not want Meghan to set foot in the country at all because of what happened there, but Harry and Meghan are a team. So any headway that he has been making in them having a time to come back to the UK, that cannot be done independently of Meghan and her approval. So bear that in mind as well. And we know that she has supported him in his bid for their security being restored. She also posted that very touching image of Harry holding the children in the backyard. She was so proud of him, how he's fought for them. And, what could all this mean? Because remember, there was a time that the headlines were that the Sussexes are out, but it seems that there is something going on. And also remember, if the pattern holds true, we've seen the royal family members in the past communicating messages through symbolism, whether it's clothes they're wearing or pictures being displayed prominently. Meghan herself has also done the same with clothes she's wearing, trying to communicate messages, values, and on and on. I think we have to really look into what this symbolism shows. It does show approval. It does show Charles basically saying that Meghan is a valued part of the family, that's a special moment. And then in the background to have all of them together again, that's a very interesting choice as well. But Meghan seems to be the one prominently displayed, and we have to, this is something that people have to take note of. If she was someone who they disapproved of, she would not be featuring at all. So whatever the reason is, they've chosen to show the Sussexes and Meghan prominently displayed. And of course, with that, the press has all of their theories churning. A lot of chatter in the press. So we're going to have a poll running with this. Do you think this signals that first major step of the king showing his approval for the Sussexes coming back? And this is a part I wanted to discuss because I know a couple of you do not want even Meghan to come to the UK with the children, but it does appear that that path, it's being confirmed here that there is a path to reestablish that connection that Harry had in the UK with his family. I'm not talking about a royal working role, but this is a major turning point for the Sussexes because that shows in a way that every step is being taken to basically have the Sussexes come back to the UK. I'm talking about visits. So I'm thinking the first thing we might see is Harry, Meghan, and the children seeing Charles. And now this is where I'm talking about the tea being hot. I want to know your thoughts in the comments section. We're going to have a poll running. Do you want that to happen? Do you think this is what's being signaled by that picture being prominently displayed there? And we know that if Harry goes back, he's not going back to compete with anyone. If people are in one-sided competitions, that's up to them. Those who talk about the Williams court and Harry wanting a court, people trying to stir up trouble, Harry has talked about the fact that he wants relationship. He does not want institution. And if his dad asks him to do something, I'm sure he would be open to it. But I think he wants that connection restored. And if there are more plans in the works to reestablish Harry's life in a more tangible way in the UK that might reshape a role for him, we also might have to be open to that as well. But for now, I think what this symbolizes is the king perhaps is showing he is quite okay with Harry and Meghan, and of course the children having that connection with them there. So I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. So once again, I know a lot of you are already typing, and that is wonderful. We welcome all opinions here as long as they're respectfully put forth. We want to know your thoughts, so jump in the comment section and share your thoughts below. And now, before we log off, allow me here to thank those of you who support this channel financially and shout out a couple of you here by name. A very special thank you to you, Diane Hawkins, who was the first, I always love saying this, the first to support this channel through Patreon. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to you. Thank you for being a blessing to me over the years. Your unwavering support has meant so much to me. And the altruism that you've shown throughout the years has been admirable. I cherish you and your continued support, and it is my sincere prayer that God may bless you and yours exceedingly abundantly above all you could ask or think. I genuinely love you. I truly do. Thank you. A very special thank you to you, Gary Adderley, who once again has been a long-time supporter of this channel, among the first. And I would just like to take this moment and say that I am truly thankful for the love that you have shown over the years. Thank you for being you. I appreciate the kindness and the gestures of support. You have truly made a positive difference in this community, and I'm so blessed to know someone as special as you. God bless you and thank you. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially. To those who like, comment, and share, I appreciate you all. If you liked this update, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, follow on social media. Links will be in the cards and in the pinned comment. I love you all. Have a great day and keep it here for more, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.